You're welcome. Okay, now I have a comment. On motion 1. I was there for the bid opening. They went from 37,000 to 99,000. Okay. My question is, are we doing window air conditioners, or are we going to do wall units?
These are window air conditioners.
These are window air conditioners. Have we looked in for wall units? Mitsubishi puts a nice model out. There's a few other companies that do that. Have we looked into doing the wall units rather than the window units?
I had thought about that, but I didn't get to, because I missed a meeting, I didn't get to ask that.
Okay. I just wondered, because what's the lifespan of the window units?
Probably about 2 years tops.
Is it gonna be feasible to do it if you have to
I
replace
mean, I don't
them?
know that for sure, I'm just saying.
And then what's the noise ratio gonna be for the students versus the noise from the window for the teachers? Is there gonna be any disruption in the classroom? I know you had somebody who was gonna donate the air conditioning system a while back. I don't know what happened to the money for that. But if it's still there to have done, for them to do it, I think we'd be better off waiting. Park School hasn't had AC for how many years? What's another year? What's a half a year? What's 6 months? And then the other thing to look at is the beautification of the school when you ride by. Imagine it now. I think everybody here knows where Park School is. If you ride by Park School, and then you're going to see all these air conditioning units looking at you're going to look at the back of them.
Well, for 2 years, the air conditioning not being paid by capital funds has been put in the back burner for 2 years now, so.
I understand that, but if these units are only gonna last 2 years, is it feasible? What's
Why
another
would
6
they only
months?
last 2 years?
I just said.
We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming these things are gonna last 10 years.
Wall
Or
units, they go into the wall.
Right.
Okay, you have to cut into the wall.
No, they have wall units,
I have one.
just hang on to the wall.
Well, I have one in my office, costs me $5,500.
$5,500. Well, didn't we have somebody who was gonna donate an air conditioning system to the school?
No more.
No more? Are you sure about that?
I think we pretty much are, yeah. We can continue to ask.
That's 1 unit.
That's 1 unit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I do know, from what I was told from somebody, that there is a nice unit. I think the borough building has it up in the meeting room. They have a wall unit. I don't think they paid $5,000 for that. I'd have to check with the Centennial Committee on that, because they're the ones who put it in with the extra money. I just think you should take a good look at it, take a better think a little longer at it. If you don't mind your school looking with a bunch of air conditioners when people ride up to drop the kid off or just ride by through this community and look out and see all these back of these air conditioning units looking, it's not going to be the beautification of the school.
I would have assumed that was all looked into, because if you're talking about a slim cost difference, you're right, the aesthetics would be worth it. But if you're talking about a tripling of the cost, I mean, that's now, we have an issue. So, would Mr. Kiesucker, I guess, put this together, worked on it?
Yeah.
And he's not around to ask, so how would we find out if he explored all those options?
Wouldn't you have to turn it into more?
I mean, this option is the cheapest by, those wall units are a little more expensive. I mean, we're talking about $37,000 for these, just window. There's 40 air conditioners. So it's a little bit less than $1,000 a pop. You know, you double or triple that, we're looking at $120,000. I'm not saying that it may not be worth it, but
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's becoming an issue, but how much more is it? That's the question.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
had emphasized, because I've been trying to get air conditioning for the park for 5 years, but I have emphasized that if we do it, we should really do it right.
Mhm.
Because we have capital funds that you have to spend on this kind of stuff. I mean, not that you want to just go hog wild, but with all the other buildings getting things, and we can't afford $30 million building when a park goes completely down because we're not maintaining it.
Okay.
I asked that, but unfortunately, getting busy and missing a meeting, I kind of got out of the loop of
Well, the bid for 99,000, what type of unit did that include?
It was the same.
The same?
All the
Well,
specs
the
were the
bid's
same.
right?
The specs were the same, the 28,000 BTU units, that are large enough to cool one of those classrooms.
Okay.
So the specs were for that, 28,000,
Pretty sure.
yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
gym will have 4 or something like that, right?
The gym has 3 and the cafeteria has 3, and all classrooms have 1. The common areas in the hallways do not have any.
And then they'll have to put braces on them to
Right,
to
yeah,
the
these,
level.
yeah,
Well, this is
this,
for installation. so
yeah,
they
part of the
have to do it
installation, I
right.
mean, part of the bid was for installation as well.
And there's no way they're gonna be installed by the 23rd, like the paper said whenever you went to make the bids. Whenever you bid, they wanted the installation to be by August 23rd, am I correct?
Yeah, but we can't order them until somebody's awarded the bid. We can't have somebody order them, yeah.
Well, if it
Or
passes,
they, no, well,
I can't have somebody order $30,000 worth of equipment if they don't know they have the
I
contract.
don't know, from my perspective, if there's a possibility of somebody still donating the AC to the school, and you can get something which is gonna be a lot nicer, might not be as noisy. I don't
See, the
think,
donations are a
if we go
possibility.
ahead with this, what's gonna be the disruption as far as the school up there looks at? I don't think this is gonna be done in time for school to
It'll have to be
start.
done in the evenings and weekends.
And they're okay with that, with this bid?
They'll have to be.
Well, I mean, you're saying they'll have to be, I mean, they may come back and say, well, wait, that is, we bid it the,
And that could be too. We could go back to the low bidder and say, you need to do this on weekends and evenings now, and the bid may change. I mean, the cost may change.
Are we covering those during the winter months?
They won't be covered, but they won't be used either.
Well, but the outsides of the air conditioners, considering the out in the elements?
Is it necessary is the question, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I know like central air conditioning units are covered in the winter, but room air conditioners typically, I haven't seen them covered. I mean, we have them all through Franklin and nobody covers any of them.
Can we afford this bid next week to get these questions answered?
You can, but then you're just talking more time. You're talking 10 days to get 40 air conditioners in.
I don't like delaying that either, but if these are questions that people have, and I guess they're good questions, would the cost of a whole unit be compared to this?
I just told you.
No, that's gonna cost us some sucker.